I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So you know what I'm saying, I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo.
Sit right here and roll.
It's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants.
Clip 1. Errol Spence Jr. has spoken out for the first time since linking up with Terence Crawford in training camp ahead of Crawford's huge fight with Canelo Alvarez. Spence, once Crawford's rival, had nothing but praise for him, highlighting his sharp focus, strong work ethic, and winning mindset. Their surprising alliance has caught the attention of the boxing world, showing not just mutual respect, but a shared drive to make history.
Listen, however they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Spence Jr. showed respect for Crawford ahead of his upcoming clash with Canelo Alvarez, calling him a strong dude. Reflecting on their 2023 fight, where he had trouble with timing and absorbed plenty of punishment, Spence said those words perfectly capture Crawford's power. He also noted that Canelo once moved up in weight the same way Crawford is now, which is why Spence believes Bud has a real chance to succeed.
It could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So you know what I'm saying, I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
Yeah.
He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he doing it, why can't Crawford do it?
So recently, Errol Spence just backed Terence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez in the upcoming fight, September the 13th. And now you got a whole lot of people making a whole lot of noise about it, which is crazy because if y'all remember, Errol Spence, he been calling out Canelo Alvarez for years. Remember when Canelo Alvarez was still at 160, Errol was saying that he'll move up to 160 just to fight Canelo Alvarez. I guess because he's seen something in Canelo that he can exploit. And being as though that Terence beat the shot at Errol Spence last year, I guess he felt like he can do the same thing to him too.
Crawford is making a bold move to chase history, jumping up 2 weight classes to face Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight title on September 13, 2025. Many are calling it one of the biggest fights in boxing. But when the topic of a rematch with Spence Jr. came up, Crawford shut it down immediately. He's simply not interested.
Terence Bud Crawford is aiming for a Canelo Alvarez clash at 168 to become undisputed for a third time in a third weight division, something that has never been done. They're talking about Canelo Alvarez's 2 fights this year in May and September is going to be potentially versus Jamal Charlo and Terence Crawford in September. On the back end, for Canelo, of course, we want to see him fight David Benavidez, David Morrell, dig what I'm saying? But so I know, this might not be what y'all want to see from Canelo, but for Terence Crawford, I like the idea. It looks like Errol Spence is gonna do other things as opposed to fighting Terence Crawford in a rematch. So Terence Crawford in the gym right now, getting ready, staying prepared. And I would like to see him challenge himself versus Canelo. He done did everything else in the sport. And I mean,
Bernard Hopkins pointed out the heavy damage Crawford dealt to Spence in their last fight, saying it was like 3 fights packed into one, and it took 4 fights out of Spence. As a veteran of the sport, Hopkins explained that beatings like that can quietly steal years, or at least the best years, from a boxer's career. The effects might not show right away, but they can change the course of a fighter's future.
Crawford.
Believe Crawford, even though, fought twice, throughout the year, Crawford, was.
But look who he beat.
Undisputed.
Look who he beat. Look who he beat. What he did to Spence and how he did it. That's 3 fights to me. And it took 4 fights out of Spence, right? I'm a fighter, so I can tell you when you get punished like that.
Yeah, I was there ringside watching the fight.
It takes a few
It was
years
different.
out of you. Don't see the years right now, but it sort of takes something out of that person going forward. They still can beat some fights, but it really put a bruise on them. You didn't see Spence fight yet, did you?
No.
Did you hear him name opponent for him to potentially fight? It's been quiet. You see the weight he gained?
Shakur Stevenson is confident about this huge fight, saying Crawford can not only beat Canelo but might even stop him. Stevenson has always believed Crawford's ring intelligence, southpaw style, and punching power give him the edge. He's been saying it for years, and now he's doubling down, claiming Crawford could knock Canelo out. In Stevenson's view, Crawford's skill and ability to adjust could turn what many see as impossible into a shocking upset.
Bud gonna cook Canelo. I think he's gonna cook him. I think, Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's physically kind of big, but height wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so. No.
Corey, have you got a decision established? Because Bradman and Boozy think that Bud actually might stop.
Me and Boozy talked about that. That's crazy. Me and him got on the phone and talked about it. But I think that's possible. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility if Canelo gets to acting out of line and not understanding that Bud can crack too. So.
Michael Jai White, the actor and martial artist who played Mike Tyson in HBO's biopic, is firmly backing Crawford to beat Canelo. In a recent interview, he flat out rejected the idea of Canelo being the favorite. White compared the matchup to Canelo's fight with Mayweather, saying Crawford's speed and unorthodox style give him a real advantage. He praised Crawford's agility and ring skills, predicting that, like Mayweather, Crawford could outpoint Canelo despite the progress Canelo has made over the years.
Canelo versus Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
Do you feel that Canelo's going to win?
No.
Really?
No.
So you would put your money on Crawford?
Yes.
You'd make money. Just put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Crawford's going to beat him?
Because Crawford could find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing. Canelo has he evolved. I saw how he evolved defensively and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather Canelo part 2. That's what I think. Crawford ain't going to knock him out, but I don't know if Canelo's going to land very solidly on Crawford. Canelo's way better now, but I still think there's an edge. It won't necessarily be exactly like that, but I think he'll edge him out point-wise. All you need is that little bit of an edge, and I think Crawford has that.
Former champion Antonio Tarver has weighed in on the fight, saying Crawford has what it takes to beat Canelo, if he can handle the power at 168 pounds. Tarver praised Crawford's elite boxing skills but stressed that the real test will be absorbing Canelo's heavy shots. If Crawford can withstand that strength, Tarver believes his speed, ring IQ, and pinpoint accuracy could give him the edge and lead to a major upset.
Terence gotta be Terence, bro. He's a real deep thinker. He processed fights like nobody else. And he's processed this Canelo fight. He's seen it. He went through it 2 or 3 times already. He knows how this ends. You can tell the way he shadow boxes. He visualizing Canelo being right there in front of him. You understand? Look at the movement. That's all you got to do. Look at the movement. And that's the type of master boxer that Canelo is going to be facing. And the only thing I say is Canelo hasn't faced an opponent like this in a long time. You know what I mean? I think Canelo's going to have to go back to the Caleb Plant fight and look that good, that active, that, you feel me, moving with that type of grace to beat Terence Crawford. Because weight ain't going to make the difference. It ain't going to be the weight. It's going to be the skill set.
12 rounds, Crawford win, I think.
Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, what do you think about that fight if they did fight? Looks like it's up for September.
Good fight. You know, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight against?
He has power, smart, in more practical.
We're talking about more